I wanted to further on these points. I need some further science, hypothetical science. What would need to happen? Who's better to ask than ChatGPT when you ask hypothetically what would be needed? Describe what this is, how it would work, and what would be needed. And what could be the possible cause and effect of what we observe out there to make this, to pull this off? Well, let's see. It agrees with you, brother. So I want to go further on this to flat smack globies that thought this was going to be an experiment at all, let alone the final experiment. Again, giving my thanks because I was spamming a lot of the lives and comments before this event, but even afterwards. For y'all guys further chirping about this event, focusing on it, making us go harder, proving the flat earth even further. Now let's dive further in. He talked about some of the things, but I want to break it down straightforward to y'all guys. I'm sure he went in on this too, but even ChatGPT knows. Simple for the people that are ignoring this or didn't see it. Let's look and see what they got now. You just waited a week, hyping, thinking that y'all won something. Hold on a second. I got you, cuz. Now let's see. Look, come on, cuz. Let's go quickly, cuz. What's going on here? I asked it in there. How would we replicate? It gave me a little bit like this when I first started to ask. You get what I'm saying? It'd have to be like a celestial body. Then you get over here, circulates point in on certain alternate French days off lead to flat earth. So it's got to be a local light in order for this to work. We'll go. We got. There we go. On Antarctica, mirrored surface. So Antarctica need to act as a massive reflective boundary, possibly with properties similar to perfectly mirrored surface on an ice-based material that redirects light across the world. Multiple reflection points. Light would need to bounce between multiple points. Illusion of sunrise and sunset. Then I went further and said there is none down there, so what would be causing it? Account for changing angles at different latitudes. So I went further. If the sun was projecting, the system would need illuminate specific area of the earth while leaving others in darkness, which all of, we show you where the darkness is. This can be achieved using a spotlight effect. Members tells you. It even tells the central projection mechanism. The sun can be a localized light source projected onto the firmament, a theoretical dome-like structure above the earth. This projection could emit focused beams of light to interact with the reflective properties of the ice and the atmosphere to create the observed effects. The interaction right here with firmament and ice. The firmament acts like a concave mirror or a refractive surface, bending and dispersing light to points around the Antarctic ice ring. The isotope can serve as a secondary refractive medium, further scattering and redirecting light. 6 reflective points. The Antarctic ring could contain 6 reflective zones or focal points, each redirecting light from the sun's projection in a way that appears to separate reflections of the sun at a distinct location. These points may align with the geometry of the flat Earth model, it may align with the geometry of the flat Earth model, where the firmament and the ice interact to create hot spots of light. Circular path illusion. The moment of the projected sun could create circular reflection at each node. These circles would mimic the observed 24-hour sun effect. It would. So if we got to prove that, something like that goes on, I think they're working on it. Come on, flat earthers. The movement of objective sun could catch each node. 6 points would shift synchronously as the real projected sun moves across the flat earth plane, maintaining the illusion. So, it going slower at a larger circumference, as we showed you. It gets out here and goes a larger, wider circumference. Then you have all these nodes making this illusion. So it's going to travel further, and then it's going to do this at all these nodes to ensure that everybody gets full sunlight out here, or it would be freaking, I don't know, let's see. Stretching and compressing of the sun's image, optical effects of deflection and refraction. As the sun's projection interacts with the ice and firmament, the light could refract, bend, or reflect in a way that distorts the sun's apparent shape. This could explain the flattening or stretching observed at higher altitudes. So I also put that in there. I was like, hey, it looks like the sun flattens or stretches at higher altitudes. And it even put a possible idea. I'm just got to say these are theories and ideas. But it put that in there too. Thanks, ChatGPT. Again, all ChatGPT comes from the same computer, the same source, as far as I'm aware of. The distortion would be more pronounced at certain angles. The distortion would be more pronounced at certain angles due to the curvature of the reflective firmament and the surface properties of the ice. Atmospheric lens effect. The atmosphere could act as a magnifying lens, amplifying the distortion, creating the effect the sun appears closer to the ground, or larger, smaller, depending on the viewing angle. Illusion of 24-hour sun, simulated motion. The projector might follow a circular or elliptical path above the Earth with 6 reflection points tracking its movement. To observe at any of the 6 points, some would appear to move in a continuous 24-hour cycle. No horizon set. Let's see. The absence of the sun dipping below the horizon could result from its projection being reflected off the firmament and ice, maintaining a continuous stream of light even when their sun is no longer directly visible. But it was directly visible, but it never dipped below. So, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But anyway, that was a confusing response. The sun's apparent consistency, uniform size distance at the sun's projection. Its size and distance would remain constant, as these are fixed parameters of the projection system. Unlike a physical body that would appear smaller as it moved further away, the sun in this model would maintain a constant or consistent appearance due to the controlled nature of the projection. Optical forms this model I draw on real-world physics to justify its magnetism. Similar to how light creates patterns reflected off curved surfaces, the ice, the ring, the firmament could create multiple causative focal points of light. Atmospheric refraction, the emitting of light through different layers of the atmosphere, could cause the illusion of a continuous sun. Multiple times. I said it 4 times over. This could cause it. This could cause it, and all the stuff's there according to this. Think about it. Some computers system projecting a consistent image while adapting to the viewer's position. So there's the hologram. That's already a theory by top scientists. I brought that up anyway. Multiple distinct suns should occasionally overlap or even. No, that's like suns. Well, they were all about the same angle. So anyway. So when you guys are going to admit that you guys made up numbers, you constantly made up things that went together that doesn't apply in the real world, the more you go and try to use optical illusions like the one in Bonneville, Utah. I'm sorry, it's Utah. That famous foothill side of the Salt Flats. You don't ever show the flat side with binary reflections. You guys always show this, which it tells you it's foothills, and it tells you it's the curve of the hills of the whatever Star Island Mountain, Horse Island Mountain range, what the foothills are, where it starts to do this. But if you turn the camera here, or if you go to a different angle instead of this commonly known optical illusion that Google even says caused by atmospheric refraction, as well as the foothills and all these well-known optical illusions. But this is what happens when you're actually down there. And you go do a 360 here, you'll see the same flat line, the same, wait a minute. We got more binary reflections again. So anyway, meanwhile, the globe's still cooked. All y'all are doing is coping and freaking out that we're actually coming back with coherent physics to what you knew was going to be an optical illusion and try to use that against us. It would have been a logical fallacy in the first place because the sun's going around the Tropic of Capricorn. And you're saying that, like, you know, why don't we go anywhere other than that peninsula below South America? Because it would debunk the globe. And how does staring at the sun at one of the most refractive places where the atmosphere, the dome, curving, the ice, all plays a part in what could cause what we just seen. The 6 points align with the flat earth geometry and geology. But how does that measure the ground? We're measuring the solar floor flat, like, I don't know. And, like, it got larger, then it got smaller. What's the size of Africa? Like, come on. Same size arc of circle. Old Bible before NASA was created. Lots of old Bibles and religious texts. Send yours into my DMs if you got flat earth religious depictions from books and things like that so we can use. Thanks again, Lil Duffy. Flat earth 1 in court at 1 in reality. Let's go.